Hi everyone, Chris Drury here with Edina Realty. Today I'm going to talk about a question that's coming up more and more often lately. Is this a good market? Should I buy? Should I sell? Should I wait and rent? Well, the answer to those questions isn't as simple as it may seem. And I'm going to spend a few minutes talking about why right now might actually be the best time to buy. Unless you've been sleeping under a rock, you're probably well aware that interest rates today are much higher than what they've been in the past and what we've been used to. This has caused a couple side effects. One, buyers are going to be much more cautious in purchasing a home, concerned that the interest rates will lower and they'll miss out on an opportunity for a lower rate, or they can no longer afford to purchase the house that they would like to see their family in based off today's current rates. There's no question that the higher rates have made home ownership more expensive to new buyers. The other side effect is folks that are already in a home don't want to give up their lower interest rate to trade in for a rate that is sometimes 2 to 3 times higher than what they're currently locked in on. Now, this doesn't all mean bad news for buyers out there, and I'm going to tell you a couple reasons that you can take advantage of this if you're in a situation where you would like to purchase a new home. As of today, we're seeing a lot of homes on the market, much more than we're used to this time of year. And these homes span across all different price ranges, from entry level to mid-level or upgrade homes, all the way up to the highest price homes. These homes are staying on the market for longer, and we're even seeing price reductions in all categories. Now, as a buyer, you can use this to your advantage and negotiate something called concessions. Other than lowering the purchase price of a home, concessions are a great way to make a house a little bit more affordable. And as I've talked about in other videos, a great way of leveraging those concessions is buying down your interest rate. Now, the seller has the ability to use a certain percentage of the purchase price of the home towards concessions, and that is usually 3%. Now, 3%, depending on what the purchase price is, can make a pretty significant impact in interest rate. So imagine you have a 7.5% interest rate, which is around where we're at today, and you're able to get a whole almost point knocked off of that. Well, that's a significant amount of monthly savings. Lenders have a lot of different programs right now. You've probably heard of the 3-2-1 or the 2-1, but one of the easiest ones to get your head around is just a permanent buy down. The beauty of that is once you've purchased the home at the reduced interest rate, that home will stay at that interest rate forever until you refinance it or pay it off. That keeps you protected in the event that interest rates continue to stay elevated, and also just gives you that peace of mind knowing that you don't have to race to the bank as soon as you start seeing the interest rates reduce. An important part to remember in the home buying process is that interest rates are not permanently fixed to the home, meaning that after you purchase the home, you're able to refinance with the same lender or a different lender really at any time that you'd like. You can shop around and find who has the best closing costs or interest rate, and refinance. The process is usually relatively simple. The reason that I bring this up is because of that same fact that we just have a lot more homes on the market than we're used to, means that there's a lot more choices that you have as a buyer. So instead of having to just pick the first house that comes up because it meets your price range and you need to move, you can really spend some time looking at all homes to figure out exactly what you want. There's just less buyers out there, and the interest rates have just really calmed things down. So if you can remember that the interest rates aren't fixed to the house, and that if you get the home of your dreams and 2 or 3 years later refinance it, yes, did it cost you a little bit more during that short period of time, maybe a little less if you take advantage of the seller concessions, you're really in a home that you probably would have had a very hard time coming across in the last several years due to just the amount of buyers and competition in the marketplace. I guess if I was to summarize the real meat of this video, if you're looking to purchase a home and one of the only reasons that you aren't is because of the high interest rates that everybody's talking about, I would encourage you to consider the benefits that those high interest rates afford you as a home buyer. You have many more houses to look at than you've had before, so you can tour 10, 20, 30, 40 different homes before you find the one that's perfect for your family. Additionally, you have a little extra negotiating power to maybe get the purchase price reduced, or those seller concessions, including an interest rate buy down that I mentioned before. So if you would like to purchase a home, but you're just not sure if right now is the perfect time, I would suggest that you contact a realtor. I know of a good one. and see if, maybe right now is actually not as bad of a time as the news and friends and family might lead you to believe. So I appreciate you watching. I hope it was helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.